Since the dawn of time, humanity has looked to the stars, to oracles, and to gods to predict the future. But in the 21st century, the prophecy has moved from the temple to the terminal. We are no longer guessing. We are calculating. Every click, every breath, every transaction you make is a drop of water in a digital ocean. And there is a new class of titans who know exactly where the tide is going. They are the data analysts. But analyst is a humble word for what they actually do. They are the architects of probability. They don't just see numbers. They see the invisible threads that connect human behavior to global outcomes. While you live in the present, they are already living 6 months ahead, watching the patterns of your life solidify into a predictable path. Today, we go behind the screen. We explore the cold mathematical godhood of big data and how the people who interpret it are quietly steering the course of human civilization. If you want to understand the code that governs your world, you are in the right place. Subscribe to the channel. Join the elite who look beneath the surface. Let's decode the future. Section 1. The raw power of information. Information is the new oil, but raw data is useless. It is crude, messy, and overwhelming. The data analyst is the refinery. They take the chaotic noise of billions of data points and transform it into a weapon of absolute clarity. Imagine a world where a company knows you're pregnant before you do, where a hedge fund knows a riot is coming before the protesters even gather. This isn't magic, it's data mining. The analyst looks at the digital exhaust we all leave behind and finds the signal in the noise. They aren't looking for what happened, they are looking for the why. By identifying correlations that the human brain is too limited to perceive, they unlock the secrets of the masses. They know that a 1% change in humidity in Ohio can affect the price of coffee in London. To them, the world is not a collection of random events. It is a massive, solvable equation. But seeing the present is only the first step. The true power lies in the transition from observation to expectation. Section 2. The art of predictive modeling. This is where the analyst becomes a god. Through predictive modeling, they create simulations of the future. They run 1,000 versions of tomorrow to see which one is most likely to survive. When you see a recommended for you list, you're not seeing a suggestion. You're seeing the result of a psychological siege. Analysts use machine learning to map your desires before you feel them. They are building a digital twin of the entire world, a playground where they can test strategies, trigger consumer habits, and manipulate markets without ever risking a cent. They don't wait for the market to move. They predict the move and position themselves to catch the wave. This is the strategy of the new gods. They have eliminated the concept of luck from the business vocabulary. In their world, luck is simply a variable that hasn't been accounted for yet. However, predicting the future is one thing. Having the cold-blooded resolve to act on those predictions is where the game turns dangerous. Section 3. The cold logic of decision science. In the high-stakes world of big data, There is no room for intuition. Intuition is a flaw. The data analyst forces CEOs and world leaders to confront the cold truth that the numbers provide, even when it contradicts everything they believe. A titan of industry might have a gut feeling, but a lead data analyst has a standard deviation. They are the ones who tell the board to shut down a factory, to pivot a multi-billion-dollar brand, or to fire thousands of people based on a trend line. It is a cold, detached form of power. They are the ultimate gray eminences, the advisors who hold the keys to the kingdom because they hold the data. They strip away the ego, the politics, and the emotion. They reduce human lives to data points on a scatter plot. It sounds clinical because it is. To manage an empire of millions, you cannot afford to look at individual faces. You must look at the aggregate. But what happens when the data becomes so powerful that it no longer just predicts reality but starts to shape it? Section 4. Systemic Reality Shaping. The final stage of big data godhood is the loop. This is when analysts use their insights to nudge society in a specific direction, creating the very future they predicted. This is the ultimate cold strategy. By adjusting an algorithm, a data analyst can shift political opinions, change spending habits across a continent, or stabilize an unstable currency. They are no longer just watching the river, they are moving the banks. They create the environments that dictate your choices, making you feel like you are in control while the path has been predetermined by an optimized script. They are the silent engineers of the modern experience. Every interface you touch, every price you pay, and every piece of news you consume has been filtered through a data model designed to maximize a specific outcome. This is systemic domination through mathematics. The curtain has been pulled back. You see the grid now. But knowing the grid exists is only half the battle. To be a data analyst at the highest level is to carry the burden of knowing too much. It is to see the end of the movie while everyone else is still watching the opening credits. The new gods are not coming. They are already here. They are in the server rooms in Virginia, the skyscrapers in Shanghai, and the offices in Zurich. They are watching the data streams, waiting for the next pattern to emerge. The question isn't whether you are being analyzed. The question is, now that you know the game is rigged by the numbers, will you learn to read the code, or will you remain just another data point? The reality you perceive is just the output of a model you didn't write. If you have the stomach for the truth of the digital age, leave the word Oracle in the comments. Check our resources in the description to start your own journey into high-stakes data strategy. The future is being calculated. Don't be a variable. Be the one who solves the equation.